state bulletins are uploaded on the website of MC Chandigarh and Agricultural Meteorology Division Pune website. This is a composite bulletin for the state of Haryana, issued in English. And this is the composite bulletin which is issued for the state of Haryana in Hindi. This is the impact-based forecast for agriculture, which was issued for heavy to very heavy rainfall with the orange and yellow alerts. Thus, the main objective of this section is to reach maximum number of farmers in the state of Punjab and Haryana so that they can make use of this weather forecast to plan the day-to-day agricultural operations and to minimize their crop losses due to severe weather. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मैं अरुण शर्मा मौसम वैज्ञानिक मौसम केंद्र चंडीगढ़ के तकनीकी अनुभाग में कार्यरत हूँ। इस अनुभाग में पंजाब, हरियाणा एवं चंडीगढ़ में स्थापित सभी मौसम वेधशालाओं के आंकड़े, मौसम संबंधी आंकड़े संग्रहित एवं वितरण किए जाते हैं। साथ ही स्कूल और कॉलेज के छात्र छात्राओं को प्रशिक्षण एवं शैक्षणिक भ्रमण करवाया जाता है। ये अनुभाग अन्य अनुभागों के साथ मिलकर काम करता है जिससे मौसम संबंधी सेवाओं की सटीक एवं प्रभावी जानकारी दी जा सके। धन्यवाद।
The Meteorological Department provides real-time weather forecasts for airports, air routes and specific regions. Forecasts include information on temperature, humidity, wind speed and direction, precipitation and pressure, all of which are important for flight operations. They use advanced weather radar, satellite data and meteorological models to monitor and predict atmospheric conditions. Meteorological Department have a very important role in severe weather warnings, wind and jet stream analysis, icing and temperature analysis, terminal aerodrome forecasts, TAF and meta reports, en route weather briefings and reports, fog and visibility predictions, climate impact studies and research, support for air traffic management.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आइए मिलवाते हैं आपको IMD के छोटे और प्यारे स्टेशन SM करनाल से। मेरा नाम प्रवीण कुमार है, मैं मेट्रोलॉजिस्ट हूँ, मेरी पोस्टिंग करनाल में है। बेसिकली इस स्टेशन को बनाया गया था मिट्टी के सैंपल के लिए। यहाँ से मिट्टी के सैंपल बाहर फील्ड से इकट्ठे किए जाते हैं, उनके अंदर की नमी को मापा जाता है। मिट्टी के सैंपल के लिए दोस्तों ऑगर का यूज़ किया जाता है। ये इसकी सहायता से मिट्टी को कलेक्ट करके वेइंग मशीन पे उसका वेट मेजर किया जाता है। 35 ग्राम के आसपास उसको फिक्स किया जाता है। इस कप के अंदर उसको इकट्ठा करके ओवन के अंदर उसको 3 दिन तक 8-8 घंटे तक ड्राई किया जाता है। उसके बाद उसका डाटा निकाला जाता है। उस डाटा को फिर हम आगे भेज देते हैं दिल्ली, पुणे और चंडीगढ़। यहाँ पे दूसरा काम सरफेस ऑब्जर्वेशन का किया जाता है। डाटा ऑब्जर्वेटरी से कलेक्ट किया जाता है। उस डाटा को कंबाइंड साइनअप के रूप में आगे भेज दिया जाता है। अब कहेंगे उस डाटा का क्या करता है मौसम विभाग। उस डाटा से हम फोरकास्ट करते हैं जो कि किसानों की सहायता करता है। एविएशन में यूज़ करते हैं। शहर की क्लाइमेटोलॉजी में उस डाटा का यूज़ किया जाता है। और आखिर में 2 लाइनें मौसम विभाग के लिए। बारिश बरसती, बिजली कड़कती, वो काले बादल मंडराते, लेके डाटा आंधी तूफान में मौसम विभाग आले आते। पढ़ते अखबार सुबह से शाम तक, कैसा रहेगा मौसम का हाल कल तक, कब सूरज निकलेगा, कब चांद उगेगा, ये मौसम विभाग के सरताज बताते। धन्यवाद साथियों, अपना ख्याल रखें, आपका दिन शुभ रहे।
Doppler weather radar. Patiala is located at 60 kilometers away from Chandigarh in Punjabi University, Patiala. It covers the states of Punjab, Haryana and parts of neighboring states. It helps in tracking the weather phenomenon over these areas.
A radar consists of a RF transmitter that generates high-power electromagnetic waves which are radiated by the antenna impulses. These waves hit the target, that is clouds. Energy scatters in all directions, including back towards radar. Bigger the cloud, greater the energy returns towards the radar, which gives idea about intensity of rain. Time taken by wave to return gives idea about distance of the target from the radar. Radar receiver receives the reflected radiation from target and process it for generation of final products. Doppler radar makes use of the Doppler effect to measure velocity of moving targets it detects. It works by detecting the change in the frequency of the transmitted and returned signal arising due to the movement of the target. Scan is done as per scan strategy devised by the IMD for operational use. The base products obtained from radar are reflectivity Z expressed in dBz, radial velocity V expressed in meter per second, and spectrum width W expressed in meter per second. Based on base parameters measured by the radar, various derived products are generated by radar software system. Max Z product. The maximum product takes a polar volume raw reflectivity data set, converts it to a Cartesian volume, generates 3 partial images and combines them to the displayed image. This product gives idea about intensity and movement of system. Volume velocity processing. This product provides vertical wind profile over the radar station. Surface rainfall intensity. It gives idea about rainfall intensity over the region. PPI, velocity. This product plots the radial velocity. It gives idea about wind speed and direction over the region. Precipitation accumulation. It provides 24-hour accumulated rainfall estimated by radar. There are various other products which can be generated by radar, such as range height indicator, constant altitude plant position indicator, pseudo-CAPI, vertical car, thunderstorm warning, hail warning, vertically integrated liquid, etc. RSRW stands for radio sound radio wind. It is used for upper atmospheric profiling. Under the coordination of World Meteorological Organization, upper air observations are generally carried out at around 1,300 stations across the globe. IMD has a network of 56 GPS-based radio sound radio wind stations. Patiala is one of them. For taking ascent, instrument is attached with hydrogen-filled balloon. Hydrogen, being lighter than air, provides the required rate of ascent for taking observations. GPS sonde consists of temperature and humidity sensor, 3D GPS module, transmitter, microprocessor board, battery pack, and GPS antenna for satellite reception, and 400 MHz antenna for ground transmission. Radio sound measures temperature, humidity, dew point temperature, pressure, height, wind direction, wind speed. RSRW ground system presents the measured variables in form of graphs, tables. All parameters such as temperature, dew point, pressure, wind speed, wind direction are plotted and available to observer live during observation. It also plots trajectory of balloon, which gives idea about the area over which sonde is moving. Once the ascent is completed, data is encoded in standard temp format for further utilization in weather forecasting and global sharing of data. RSRW data also plays an important role in weather forecasting using numerical weather prediction models. Various thermodynamical parameters such as convective available potential energy, convective inhibition energy, virtual temperature, various stability indices such as K-index, lifted index, sweat index are calculated using RSRW data. GPS-based radio sounding systems are latest in sounding, fully automatic, user-friendly, auto-tracking of balloon transmitter, auto-detection, minimum human interference, very light and portable type systems, and easy to maintain.
मानव जाति पर मौसम का प्रभाव आज से नहीं, ये तो हजारों वर्षों से चला आ रहा है, क्योंकि मौसम का हर जीव जंतु मानव पर प्रभाव होता है। समय के साथ वैज्ञानिकों ने मौसम की जानकारी और उसकी पूर्वानुमान के बारे में पता लगाया जा सकता है।
Myself, meteorologist, working at State Agrometeorological Center, Center.
कौन सी वीडियो?
This This section deals with the issue of 5 days weather forecast to the farmers of Punjab and Haryana under the Grameen Krishi Mausam Seva scheme. First of all, valuation is done to the model generated forecast for 5 days for various parameters, and then it is sent to MFUs of Punjab and Haryana by uploading it on a dedicated website, that is Agromet. Valuation is done for the weather forecast at district and both block level. The Agromet field units of Punjab and Haryana state, they prepare the district and block level Agromet crop advisories based on the forecast which is issued to them by the Met Center Chandigarh, and then they disseminate it to the farmers through WhatsApp, newspapers and other means. In case of severe weather warnings, impact-based forecast for agriculture is issued to the farmers so as to minimize the crop losses which otherwise the farmers suffer. State composite bulletins are also prepared on every Tuesday and Friday based upon the inputs of the district level advisories which are received from the AMFUs and state agricultural universities of Punjab and Haryana. These composite state bulletins are uploaded on the website of MC Chandigarh and Agricultural Meteorology Division Pune website. Composite bulletin for the state of Haryana issued in English.
कॉपी नहीं किया डॉक्यूमेंट हमारे यहाँ आए
And this is the composite bulletin which is issued for the state of Haryana in Hindi.
दो कॉपी
ठीक है, ये जो पावर वाले हैं ना, ये पंजाब स्टेट पावर कॉर्पोरेशन है, ठीक है ना, ये इसकी है और एक दूसरी तो
which was issued for heavy to very heavy rainfall with the orange and yellow alerts.
आज का टाइम है
The main objective of this section is to reach maximum number of farmers in the state of Punjab and Haryana so that they can make use of this weather forecast to plan the day-to-day agricultural operations and to minimize their crop losses due to severe weather. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मैं अरुण शर्मा मौसम वैज्ञानिक मौसम केंद्र चंडीगढ़ के तकनीकी अनुभाग में कार्यरत हूँ। इस अनुभाग में पंजाब, हरियाणा एवं चंडीगढ़ में स्थापित सभी मौसम वेधशालाओं के आंकड़े, मौसम संबंधी आंकड़े संग्रहित एवं वितरण किए जाते हैं। साथ ही स्कूल और कॉलेज के छात्र छात्राओं को प्रशिक्षण एवं शैक्षणिक भ्रमण करवाया जाता है। ये अनुभाग अन्य अनुभागों के साथ मिलकर काम करता है जिससे मौसम संबंधी सेवाओं की सटीक एवं प्रभावी जानकारी दी जा सके।
The Meteorological Department provides real-time weather forecasts for airports, air routes and specific regions. Forecasts include information on temperature, humidity, wind speed and direction, precipitation and pressure, all of which are important for flight operations. They use advanced weather radar, satellite data and meteorological models to monitor and predict atmospheric conditions. Meteorological Department have a very important role in aviation sector in different way like weather forecasting and monitoring, severe weather warnings, wind and jet stream analysis, icing and temperature analysis, terminal aerodrome forecasts, TAF and meta reports. En route weather briefings and reports, fog and visibility predictions, climate impact studies and research, support for air traffic management.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आइए मिलवाते हैं आपको IMD के छोटे और प्यारे स्टेशन SM करनाल से। मेरा नाम प्रवीण कुमार है, मैं मेट्रोलॉजिस्ट A हूँ, मेरी पोस्टिंग करनाल में है। बेसिकली इस स्टेशन को बनाया गया था मिट्टी के सैंपल के लिए। यहाँ से मिट्टी के सैंपल बाद फील्ड से इकट्ठे किए जाते हैं, उनके अंदर की नमी को मापा जाता है। मिट्टी के सैंपल के लिए दोस्तों यूज किया जाता है ये इसकी सहायता से मिट्टी को कलेक्ट करके वेइंग मशीन पे उसका वेट मेज़र किया जाता है, 35 ग्राम के आसपास उसको फिक्स किया जाता है। इस कप के अंदर उसको इकट्ठा करके ओवन के अंदर उसको 3 दिन तक 8-8 घंटे तक ड्राई किया जाता है। उसके बाद उसका डाटा निकाला जाता है। उस डाटा को फिर हम आगे भेज देते हैं दिल्ली, पुणे और चंडीगढ़। यहाँ पे दूसरा काम सरफेस ऑब्जर्वेशन का किया जाता है। डाटा ऑब्जर्वेटरी से कलेक्ट किया जाता है। उस डाटा को कंबाइंड साइनअप के रूप में आगे भेज दिया जाता है। अब कहेंगे उस डाटा का क्या करता है मशीन? उस डाटा से हम फोरकास्ट करते हैं जो कि किसानों की सहायता करता है, एविएशन में यूज़ करते हैं, शहर की क्लाइमेटोलॉजी में उस डाटा का यूज किया जाता है। और आखिर में 2 लाइनें मौसम विभाग के लिए। बारिश बरसती, बिजली कड़कती, वो काले बादल मंडराते, लेके डाटा आंधी तूफान में मौसम विभाग आले जाते। पढ़ते अखबार सुबह से शाम तक, कैसा रहेगा मौसम का हाल कल तक, कब सूरज निकलेगा, कब चांद उगेगा, ये मौसम विभाग के सरताज बताते हैं। धन्यवाद साथियों, अपना ख्याल रखें, आपका दिन शुभ रहे।
Doppler Weather Radar, Patiala is located at 60 kilometers away from Chandigarh in Punjabi University, Patiala. It covers the states of Punjab, Haryana and parts of neighboring states. It helps in tracking the weather phenomenon over these areas.
A radar consists of a RF transmitter that generates high-power electromagnetic waves which are radiated by the antenna impulses. These waves hit the target, that is clouds. Energy scatters in all directions, including back towards radar. Bigger the cloud, greater the energy returns towards the radar, which gives idea about intensity of rain. Time taken by wave to return gives idea about distance of the target from the radar. Radar receiver receives the reflected radiation from target and process it for generation of final products. Doppler radar makes use of the Doppler effect to measure velocity of moving targets it detects. It works by detecting the change in the frequency of the transmitted and returned signal arising due to the movement of the target. Scan is done as per scan strategy devised by the IMD for operational use. The base products obtained from radar are reflectivity Z expressed in dBz, radial velocity V expressed in meter per second, and spectrum width W expressed in meter per second. Based on base parameters measured by the radar, various derived products are generated by radar software system. Max Z product. The maximum product takes a polar volume raw reflectivity data set, converts it to a Cartesian volume, generates 3 partial images and combines them to the displayed image. This product gives idea about intensity and movement of system. Volume velocity processing. This product provides vertical wind profile over the radar station. Surface rainfall intensity. It gives idea about rainfall intensity over the region. PPI velocity. This product plots the radial velocity. It gives idea about wind speed and direction over the region. Precipitation accumulation. It provides 24-hour accumulated rainfall estimated by radar. There are various other products which can be generated by radar, such as range height indicator, constant altitude plant position indicator, pseudo-CAPI, vertical car, thunderstorm warning, hail warning, vertically integrated liquid, etc. RSRW stands for radio sound radio wind. It is used for upper atmospheric profiling. Under the coordination of World Meteorological Organization, upper air observations are generally carried out at around 1,300 stations across the globe. IMD has a network of 56 GPS-based radio sound radio wind stations. Patiala is one of them. For taking ascent, instrument is attached with hydrogen-filled balloon. Hydrogen being lighter than air provides the required rate of ascent for taking observations. GPS sonda consists of temperature and humidity sensor, 3D GPS module, transmitter, microprocessor board, battery pack, and GPS antenna for satellite reception, and 400 MHz antenna for ground transmission. Radio sound measures temperature, humidity, dew point temperature, pressure, height, wind direction, wind speed. RSRW ground system presents the measured variables in form of graphs, tables. All parameters such as temperature, dew point, pressure, wind speed,
wind direction are plotted and available to observer live during observation. It also plots trajectory of balloon, which gives idea about the area over which sonda is moving. Once the ascent is completed, data is encoded in standard temp format for further utilization in weather forecasting and global sharing of data. RSRW data also plays an important role in weather forecasting using numerical weather prediction models. Various thermodynamical parameters such as convective available potential energy, convective inhibition energy, virtual temperature, various stability indices such as K-index, lifted index, sweat index are calculated using RSRW data. GPS-based radio sounding systems are latest in sounding, fully automatic, user-friendly, auto-tracking of balloon transmitter, auto-detection, minimum human interference, very light and portable type systems and easy to maintain.
खड़े हो जाओ वहाँ पे माइक से एडजस्ट कर लो अपना स्टार्ट कर तो बोल दिया अगर जाने के लिए उठेंगे जैसे ना तो उसको बोलना है चलो बस पूछो शुरू यहाँ से
मानव जाति पर मौसम का प्रभाव ये तो हजारों
वीडियो बंद कर दो वीडियो बंद कर दो ये वीडियो बंद होल्डर वैसे मुझे पड़ेंगे
हाँ आके खड़े जाएंगे उनको आके बैठने दो हम उनके आते ही यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर देंगे वो बैठते जाएंगे अपने आप हम बैठेंगे नहीं फिर हम ये लाइन नहीं बोलेंगे नहीं बैठेंगे मुझे नहीं लगता मैं चढ़ते हैं वैसे तो पहले तो उन्होंने चढ़ना ही है यहाँ आएंगे सीधे ऊपर चले जाएंगे फिर हमारे अनाउंसमेंट के साथ साथ थोड़ी ना वो पीछे से जाते क्योंकि ना मैंने चेन्नई वाले में ना यहाँ पे ही बैठे हुए थे फिर जिसका नेम अनाउंस होता तभी तो नहीं कह रहे थे स्टेज पे जा रहे थे ठीक है बोल दे कर दे ठीक है देखा अनाउंस करना पड़ेगा
Namaskar and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Stakeholders Conference on IMD's Weather and Climate Services in Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh to celebrate 150 years of service to the nation by the India Meteorological Department. भारत मौसम विज्ञान विभाग की स्थापना के 150 वर्ष के उपलक्ष्य में पंजाब, हरियाणा और चंडीगढ़ में मौसम और जलवायु सेवाएं विषय पर आयोजित हिंद भारत सम्मेलन
your mobile phone on silent mode.
With immense pleasure and honor, we extend our heartfelt invitation to the honorable dignitaries to please join us on the dais. Today, on this momentous occasion, we are honored to have amongst us Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Shri Anurag Rastogi ji, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary Finance and Planning, Additional Chief Secretary Home Department, and Financial Commissioner, Revenue and Disaster Management, Government of Haryana. Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra ji, DGM, IMD, Government of India. Guest of honor, Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi ji, IAS, Secretary Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Punjab. Shri Kallikkat IAS, Secretary Agriculture and Animal Husbandry and IT Chandigarh Administration. Dr. S.D. Kotal ji, Head Regional Meteorological Center Delhi, IMD, Government of India. And Shri Surendra Paul ji, Head MC Chandigarh.
My heartiest welcome to special invitees, distinguished delegates from different state and central agencies, scientists from agricultural universities, retired and serving officials of IMD, and meteorology enthusiasts, and respected members of the press and media. I extend my welcome to all who are present here today by sparing their valuable time.
May I now request Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra sir, DGM IMD, to kindly do the honors of welcoming the esteemed guest with a badge representing 150 years of IMD and a floral bouquet. We request you sir to welcome Shri Anurag Rastogi ji. It is our pleasure to welcome Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi sir. May I request you sir to welcome Shri Kallikkat ji. दे दिया
May I now request Shri Surendra Paul sir, Head MC Chandigarh, to kindly welcome Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, DGM IMD, with a badge and a floral bouquet. Now we request you sir to please welcome Dr. S.D. Kotal sir, Head RMC Delhi. Thank you so much sir. जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं, भारतीय संस्कृति के अनुसार हर शुभ कार्य का आरंभ दीप प्रज्वलन विधि से किया जाता है। मैं मंच पर उपस्थित माननीय अतिथिगण को दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी।
सबका हो गया, चलो हम जा रहे हैं, तो ये अनाउंस कर देना।
Thank you.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदं शुभं कुरुभं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदं शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। तो आइए अब हम सभी मौसम केंद्र चंडीगढ़ में कार्यरत महिला सदस्यों द्वारा प्रस्तुत सरस्वती वंदना के साथ इस समारोह की शुरुआत करते हैं।
शुभं कुरुभं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदं शत्रु
हाँ इधर इधर ही या कुंदेन्दु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीर्यवरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकरा प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
मौसम केंद्र चंडीगढ़ की महिलाओं सदस्यों द्वारा बहुत ही सुंदर प्रस्तुति। अब हम आप सभी को भारत मौसम विज्ञान विभाग पर आधारित गीत को सुनने का आग्रह करते हैं, जो भारत मौसम विज्ञान विभाग की भावना और दूरदर्शिता को दर्शाता है।
हम हर मौसम पढ़ने वाले, मानव जीवन के रखवाले, वसुधा परिवार हमारा है, मौसम विज्ञान सहारा है।
पृथ्वी की गतियों का विधान, ऋतुओं का शाश्वत संविधान,
जलवायु और पर्यावरण के परिवर्तन का ध्यान,
आपदाओं से हो सतर्क सब IMD अभियान, ये मौसम ज्ञान पुरातन, नवल विज्ञान प्रभावन। जल थल अंबर हर गांव नगर पर्वत घाटी जंगल सागर, जीते हम संग फिजाओं के, लाते संदेश हवाओं के,
सहयोगी मित्र किसानों के, जनजीवन की मुस्कानों के, कर्तव्यनिष्ठ मौसम प्रहरी, जनसेवा में आस्था गहरी,
करते अध्ययन तूफानों के, नव चक्रवात अनुमानों के,
जनधन जीवन रहे सुरक्षित, मंथन अनुसंधान, मानवता के लिए समर्पित मौसम का विज्ञान, मानसून संज्ञान, ज्ञान पुरातन, अमर वरदान सुहावन। वैदिक संस्कृति का नव विहान, ऋषि चाणक्य का अर्थ ज्ञान, कवि कालिदास के मेघदूत, आदित्य प्रभा के अग्रदूत,
मौसम उपग्रह का दिग्दर्शन, ऋतु चक्र प्रवर्तन विश्लेषण,
भारत के स्वर्णिम कल के लिए शुचि मन में दृढ़ संकल्प लिए,
साक्षी समृद्ध विरासत के हम गौरव प्यारे भारत के,
पूर्व पश्चिम उत्तर दक्षिण शुभ कर्म योग संधान, सीमाओं के पार हमारी करुणा की पहचान, सहयोगी गुणगान, मौसम ज्ञान पुरातन, अमर विज्ञान पुरातन, मौसम विभाग वंदे, मौसम विभाग वंदे, मौसम विभाग वंदे, मौसम विभाग
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Shri Surendra Paul, Head Meteorological Center Chandigarh, to kindly begin the proceedings with his welcome address.
Very good morning to everybody. Distinguished dignitaries of the dais, distinguished participants from different states, central agencies, special invitees, scientists from agriculture universities, friends from media, former colleague of IMD. I, on the behalf of IMD and on behalf of IMD Meteorological Center Chandigarh, extend all of you very warm welcome to this one-day stakeholder meet on IMD Weather and Climate Services in Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh. In view of celebration of 150th year of IMD. First of all, I am delighted to introduce to you our chief guest, worthy chief guest for the today function, Sri Anurag Rastogi ji, Financial Commissioner of Revenue and Disaster Management, Government of Haryana, for taking his time out of very busy schedule to inaugurate this very important programs. I, on the behalf of IMD, on personal behalf, extend you very welcome, sir. I also extend my welcome to our guest of honor, Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi ji, Secretary Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Government of Punjab, for his valuable time and accepting your request at first place. My welcome also to our guest of honor, Shri Kallikkat ji, Secretary Agriculture and IT, Chandigarh Administration, for being here with us despite of his very busy schedules. This in fact is a big task for me and big opportunity for me and for all us to welcome our Director General of Meteorology, Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra, DG IMD, and third Vice President of WMO, for being here with us for this very important, significant events. Dr. Mahapatra, you all know his contribution in weather and climate services, particularly cyclone services. And under his able guidance, department has achieved many milestones. As you all know, now we have the system in place that information of real time is geotagged, and a lot of other activity outreach programs are very very good and all. So I sir welcome you to this place on the behalf of Agromet Center Chandigarh and behalf of all of us. I once again extend warm welcome to all the delegates of these programs, as we have different sectors we have assembled here, and hope that in the discussion some fruitful recommendation will come up. With these words, I conclude, and once again thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, we are delighted to invite our chief guest, Shri Anurag Rastogi ji, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Finance and Planning and Home Department, Financial Commissioner, Revenue and Disaster Management, Government of Haryana. He joined Indian Administrative Services in 1990 in Haryana cadre. During his entire service, he has held several major state departments like Excise and Taxation, Irrigation and Water Resources, Development and Panchayats, Transport, Power, Information and Technology, etc. He also assumed charge as Chief Secretary to Government of Haryana for a short duration. I request you, sir, to please grace us with your address.
Thank you. My colleagues Ajit and Hari, Mr. Mohapatra, and dignitaries on the dais and the delegates. I felt and I wished if I could have had more time to spend here. But unfortunately, I have another meeting to go in the Vidhan Sabha. Haryana Vidhan Sabha is starting day after, so I'll have to push off. Let me just be focused and say two things. I will start by saying that the vision of this workshop is pray that the delegates are able to establish a better contact with the department here in Chandigarh. All of us know that weather is his outreach is tremendous. He has been working with us in disaster management, especially at the time of flood. Everybody who has been associated with the Revenue Department of Haryana, at least, we know for sure that he has been around and he is always there to let us know the various possibilities at the time of rain. That is mostly the time when the government department, the meteorology department, and we have been richly adored and helped by them. Secondly, I would like to pray success of the workshop and request all the delegates that they actually pick up whatever is on offer today from the department, so that whenever you go back to your offices in the respective states of either Haryana, Chandigarh or Punjab, you are able to relate to the things better. And till now we have been using meteorology department mainly at the time of floods and rains, I would say. But gradually we are increasing our dependence on the inputs in agriculture department also, and that would be a welcome time when we are actually in a position to prejudge and know as to with some degree of certainty when the rains will come.
I know especially at the time of watering the crops, whether it is paddy or wheat. Paddy, of course, you can put more water there. Sometimes you keep putting water even when the rains are expected. But wheat you can save. If you are sure that this much quantity of rain has to come in the next 24 hours or 36 hours or 48 hours, then you don't have to pump out water from the underground water, which is quite special. You can wait. By now, I think our predictions have become very, very good. There was a time when the sports were taking place and foreign countries we used to get the information as to when the rain would actually start. And their predictions used to be so precise. Whether we talk of advanced countries of Europe or Australia or New Zealand, they would let us know as to when the rain would start almost by an hour. So I think we are also in the process of reaching the same stage gradually, and I pray for the success of the Meteorological Department in this 150th year of their establishment, so that they can keep supporting our endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for appreciating IMD for its 150 years of service to the nation and highlighting the importance of weather and climate services for various sectors and stakeholders. Now, I would like to request Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, sir, Director General of Meteorology, IMD, to kindly do the honors of presenting a token of gratitude to our Chief Guest, Shri Anurag Rastogi, sir.
He's an old man. He has been. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, Director General of Meteorology, IMD, popularly known as Cyclone Man. He is a permanent representative of India and third Vice President of World Meteorological Organization. He has been serving in IMD since 1992 and has over 30 years of experience in weather and climate services. Now I request Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, sir, to kindly grace us with his address.
Namaskar, good morning to all of you. Our respected chief guest of this morning, Sri Anurag Rastogi ji. Of course, he has just left because of his pre-assignment in the government. Sri Ajit, Balaji, Joshi ji, guest of honor, Secretary Agriculture, Government of Punjab. Sri Kallikkat ji, Secretary Agriculture and Animal Husbandry and IT, Chandigarh Administration. My colleague Dr. S.T. Kotal, Head of Regional Med Center, New Delhi. Dr. Surendra Paul, Head of Meteorological Center, Chandigarh. Dear friends and colleagues from various state and central government agencies, other NGOs, various universities, institutes, academic and R&Ds, labs, distinguished professors, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I congratulate all of you for participating on this stakeholder workshop. commemorating the 150 years of India Meteorological Department. I just want to inform you, in 1857, when the entire country was fighting for its first war of independence, there was a group of people sitting in Calcutta in Asiatic Society of Bengal who were fighting another war of independence. At that time, the people could understand that people are dying in the country. There is flood, cyclones, droughts, causing a lot of diseases apart from the deaths. The economy is being devastated. And they also felt that there should be some kind of meteorological agency in the country who can take care of weather monitoring, standardization of weather instruments, and provide some guidance to the people and the government. But due to this first war of independence, British India government at that time did not respond to Asiatic Society of Bengal. Rather, I will say whatever amateur observations were being taken up at that time individually by the people, that was stopped for 3 years during 1857 to 1860. Again in 1860, the Asiatic Society of Bengal wrote to British India that you have to establish this National Meteorological Committee. At that time it was being formed as a committee, sanitary committee, then they suggested that National Meteorological Committee. That also government of British India at that time did not agree to establish any National Meteorological Committee. The amateur meteorological observations continued. The first such meteorological observations came in 1785 in Calcutta. Then in 1862, the third time, Asiatic Society of Bengal wrote to British India telling that if you do not establish meteorological committee, then again people will die due to cyclones, floods and droughts. And it so happened that in 1864, a very intense cyclone storm came and it caused death of 80,000 people in Calcutta and 40,000 people in Machilipatnam and adjoining areas. And a lot of ships were submerged in West Bengal and their own people died. People who are coming from UK, and they are coming to, that is the East India Company, they are coming to Kolkata. So their ships are submerged and many people died. Then immediately they constituted a small committee and decided that we should start systematically the meteorological observations. And meteorological observations started in Chittagong, at that time Chittagong in Bangladesh, Akayuf in Myanmar now, these are all undivided India. And then Sagar Island in West Bengal, False Point in Odisha, Darjeeling, and then two more observations, Cuttack and Kolkata. With these 7 observations, they started providing. It was told that at 9:30 and 4 p.m. they should take 2 observations, and these observations will be sent by expert telegram to the Surveyor General Office in Calcutta, and then all these observations will be analyzed there by the meteorological reporters, and then a report will be prepared in the afternoon. It will be given to the master of ships, and then it will be given to the head of the state province at that time, that is Eastern Province, and then finally it should go to the Governor General of the country. So by that way, it started in 1865, the first warning, that is weather warning, you can say, in the country, and that was for Kolkata port. And that was the beginning. At that time, IMD was not established. But however, again in 1866 and 67, the consecutive drought occurred in the country, and it led to the famine. So these three events compelled then British India to establish a meteorological committee. Initially they established the regional meteorological committee. Prior to that they thought that let it go to a sanitary committee because they thought that people are dying because of the ill health, cholera, diarrhea, etc. So sanitary committee can take care of. The sanitary committee told that we cannot take care. There should be a separate committee, that is meteorological committee. My parents are here or health sector staff, सभी लोग हैं यहाँ. You can just imagine. So how was the relationship between health and meteorology at that time? And finally, regional meteorology committees were constituted for Northeast Province, Eastern Province, Central Province, and Southern Province. Again, SAT Society of Bengal wrote to government that by forming the regional committee it will not serve the purpose because weather has no boundary and observations should be shared among all. It should be gathered in one place, it should be analyzed, and hence on national basis information should be utilized. So finally they succumbed to this pressure and National Meteorological Committee was constituted in 1874. At that time Henry Blandford, who was the member in SAT Society of Bengal who took this step initially in 1857, he was asked to be the meteorological reporter. The then meteorological reporter is now known as the Director General of Meteorology Department of India Meteorological Department. So he was ill and he came back, he has written a report here, he came back on 15th January 1875, landed in Mumbai, and immediately he started as a meteorological reporter, National Meteorological Reporter, and IMD came to distance. So this is the struggle in parallel with the first war of independence to establish India Meteorological Department at that time. After that it has gone through many advancements. There has been new heights every time. For example, the first rainfall map was prepared in 1876. The weather chart was prepared in 1878. And then 1880, the first India weather report was published. And by that time, the number of observations were 80. And Henry Blandford has told that amount of rainfall which occurred in undivided India was 42 inches. Now also if you calculate, it remains almost same. So it suggests that the climate change has not impacted total amount of rainfall over the country, but there has been different changes in rainfall patterns, the temporal distribution and the spatial distributions. But the thing is that at that time there is a lot of work to bring out the basic climatology based on the observations. We started at that time with the 80 observatories, rain gauges. Now we have got 6,400 rain gauges in the country to monitor everyday rainfall. Then came another story, that is the World War. When World War came, the flights are moving and there was fight, as all of us know. The flights are getting delayed or flights are getting advanced, so they missed the target. So therefore, they insisted that there is a need for meteorological observations in the air. So therefore, a major breakthrough occurred during First World War and again specifically Second World War. And we came in parallel with many developed countries with the establishment of the upper air observations through release of pilot balloons initially. Thereafter, balloons with sensors like radio suns and radio winds so that we can take the three-dimensional profile of these observations. Then thereafter, we went on, we came with the radars. You're very happy to know that the first radar came in 1950, and indigenous radar from the remnant of the spare, by remnant of this World War II was taken up by the scientists in India Meteorological Department. In 1958, first indigenous radar was developed and put up in Safdarjung. The satellite era came in 1960, and it brought a new horizon because earlier the cyclones and monsoons were not studied well because cyclone monsoon occurred in the sea area and we do not have any observations. The satellite data, starting with TIROS 1 in 1960, helped India Meteorological Department. We got a receiver from USA in December 1963 so that we could get direct satellite picture and data from the US satellites. And that journey continued. In 1982 and 83, we came up with Indian national satellites. We came up with the automated weather station in 1980s and it augmented in 2000s and further now we have got around 2,000 automated stations and more than 2,000 automated rain gauges. Similarly, we came up with the buoys, floating platforms over the sea, which helped us to gain observations from the sea surface. So by that way, there has been tremendous improvement in the observation network to identify the weather systems. Once you identify better weather systems, you can provide the forecast, because weather forecasting is initially a very problem. If your initial status is good, you can provide the better forecast. To give the forecast, initially people just extrapolated the observations to give the forecast. Finally, with the data of at least 30 years, climatology developed and climatological forecast was issued. And thereafter, statistical models were developed. The first statistical model came up with the Blanford, telling that there is a relationship between snow cover in the Himalayas and the rainfall in the monsoon season. Snow cover is less, rainfall will be more, snow cover is more, rainfall will be less. Then thereafter came the science, and you will also know that we talk about El Nino La Nina now. The discovery of El Nino La Nina came from India. In 1923, the then Govt worker, the DG IMD, he collected all the observations from entire world, and they found that there is a seesaw relationship between temperature in East Equatorial Pacific and West Equatorial Pacific, which is called as El Nino or La Nina. And now further it was found that there is a relationship in pressure also, that is the Tahitian Darwin pressure, Southern Oscillation Index. Now it is called as El Nino Southern Oscillation Index combinedly. So that is the contribution of India towards the science of meteorology, which is popularly now known. Everybody knows, common man knows what is El Nino and La Nina and Southern Oscillations. Similarly, there have been many such discoveries or inventions from India towards the science of meteorology. By that way, in 1950, the era came, the numerical weather predictions. We also came up with that, and finally we are also equipped with now 7 numerical weather prediction models to provide the forecast on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, and seasonal basis. Now a seamless weather forecasting system starting from few hours to a few seasons, starting from one individual location to entire country. There has been manifold increase in sectoral applications. The first sectoral application, as I told you, was the cyclone warning. Then came the monsoonal seasonal rainfall forecast. Then came 1960, came the flood forecasting. The flood regulation committee was constituted by the Government of India. In 1966, first flood forecast was issued for 5 flood catchment areas. One of them was Panjab, Bakanangal. And now you know 157 river catchments are provided forecast by India Meteorological Department to Central Water Commission to provide the flood forecast. Similarly, there has been a drought monitoring committee, National Drought Monitoring, and finally we provided the guidance towards the drought. Then came the other disasters like heat waves, cold waves, thunderstorms, etc. And now there is no such significant weather which is left out and not covered by the India Meteorological Department. The sectoral applications increased manifold, and by the time we reach this particular decade, if you just compare the recent decade, there is a 40 to 50% improvement in forecast accuracy compared to previous decade. And as a demand-supply chain, with the improvement in forecast accuracy, the demand increase. As the demand increase, IMD is now increasing the supply, and at present we have introduced a scheme called as Har Mausam, Har Ghar Mausam. That means if you click anywhere, you take the name of your panchayat, you will get a forecast. You take the name of your block, you will get a forecast. Name the tahsil, you will get a forecast. Or if you take the pin code of your area, postal code, you will get a forecast. So therefore we call it Har Ghar Mausam and Har Har Mausam. Forecast at any time and forecast anywhere in the country. So like this, we have taken off all the major sectors, be it urban sector or agriculture sector or power sector or health and hydrology sector, environment sector, surface transport, aviations or maritime sectors, tourism sectors. Everywhere there is a manifold increase in services and accuracy in the lead period. So all these are helping the society. I'll take an example with the Punjab in agrarian state. He has opened, Punjab is the, you can say the example for agriculture in the entire country and all the world. I'll give you an example how the meteorological information is helping the agriculture. We took a study for the poor farmers who have only 2 acres of land, who do not have any irrigation facility, who belong to the below poverty line farmers. We found that if they utilize our information, they gain about 12,500 rupees per acre if compared to the other person who is not utilizing the weather information. And if you take all these farmers together for the country, it becomes 30,000 crores per year. So therefore there is a huge gain. I just gave an example. Similarly, if you just look at the loss of lives, it has reduced like anything. Earlier people were dying like thousands, lakhs, etc. But now people are dying only tens and twenties. That also should not happen. If you remember this area particularly, there is a flood, also there is a drought. So these floods and droughts earlier, if you just imagine, now if you just imagine the heavy rainfall warning which we were providing earlier, it did not have accuracy. Now it is 80% accurate compared to only 50 to 60% accurate before say 10 years. So that is the improvement, and therefore we are able to provide, just like our additional chief secretary was telling, the forecast improvement is in there, but still there are certain gap areas, like say hilly areas, there are certain gaps. In oceanic areas, there are certain gaps. So considering that, there has been many such initiatives in the recent time, and one of the most important initiative has been taken up now, the Mission Mausam. The Mission Mausam aims to improve further the forecast accuracy and to fill the data gap. So we will have more observations from the hills and those remote areas where you do not have sufficient observations. Because observation is key to success. If you can have better observations, you can have the better modeling and hence better forecast. The other thing is that the collaboration. The success of IMD, what you see today, it is because of the collaboration. We have collaborated with universities, we have collaborated with the health department, we have collaborated with the power sector. Any sector you will name, you will find that IMD is collaborating with them. Because collaboration leads to exchange of knowledge, experience and expertise. It finds out the gap, it provides the information. So apart from this collaboration, therefore, what we need actually, we need the gap area analysis. We want to know how is our service. We want to know what is the expectation of the various stakeholders. We want to know how we can work together so that we can jointly address the requirement of the public and the society and minimize the loss of lives and properties and maximize the utilization of weather and climate information to optimize our socio-economic conditions. So today's stakeholder meeting, what we are arranging, it aims towards that. We want to listen from you about our services, the gaps. It is actually the strength, weakness, opportunities, threat, everything analysis. It is not like that simply admiring IMD. You should criticize IMD, you should tell frankly what you need, what IMD is not able to give you today, what should be done, how can we work together and address all these gap areas and improve it further. I hope today's deliberation will be very helpful and will check out our plans for further improvement. The Mission Mausam aims towards that by next 5 years, further improvement should be by 10 to 15 years. And this is the Amrit Kal. And we are moving towards 2047. While going towards 2047, we have to prepare the foundation. And now we are preparing the foundation with improvement and observations. And there your input will help a lot, will matter a lot. I thank Government of Punjab, Government of Haryana, Government of Union Territory of Chandigarh for supporting wholeheartedly, not only for this stakeholder workshop, but for our day-to-day activities. As the Secretary was telling, we always work together and we hope in future also we will get all support from all the three governments here, because this particular MC is very peculiar as compared to other meteorological centers of the country. It caters to three states or union territories, you can say, unlike many others. So therefore it has got larger responsibility, and also these Haryana, Punjab and Chandigarh are very close to Himalayas. Therefore there will be mountain weather, there will be plain weather, there will be combination of mountain plains. I want to mention another point here, that Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh are affected by all types of extreme weathers. It experiences heat and cold, it experiences floods and droughts, it also experiences monsoon and low pressure systems. It is mentioned in various epics and weathers. You will find that whenever there is northeasterly winds over Punjab, there will be torrential rain leading to the floods. And that we know, whenever low pressure system moves towards there, it leads to that type of systems. So all these traditional knowledge what you have, whatever knowledge you have gained from your experience, that you can share in today's deliberations, and I am sure all the participating agencies, there are a lot of agencies, I was counting, 95 people are there, and there are 18 organizations participating in 3 states and territories. I am sure you will get a lot of inputs, and with your inputs, I can assure you that we will work upon it, and we will work together, we will improve our weather forecasting system further. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words and sharing the history and importance of IMD, India Meteorological Department, with us. Now, we are delighted to invite our guest of honor, Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi, IAS, Secretary Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Punjab. He joined Indian Administrative Services in 2003 batch of Haryana cadre. He has also served as Deputy Commissioner in Chandigarh Administration. He was awarded G-Files Governance Award 2012 to conceptualize software to eliminate voter list duplicates and boost efficiency. I would request Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi ji to kindly grace us with his address.
Thank you. My colleague Hari, महापात्र जी, सुरेंद्र जी और डैश के सभी उपस्थित महानुभाव and इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उपस्थित सभी सज्जन, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. It's an interesting subject, and when we say that IMD, what IMD has done, I mean, I still remember in my childhood when there used to be cartoon, when I belong to Maharashtra, so whenever there used to be monsoon, so one interesting cartoon used to come that if IMD has predicted rain, then there will not be rain. Don't carry your umbrella. I mean, most of you must be remembering it. So starting from that, now best predicted data for cyclones. So the journey is not that easy. It's very difficult. It must have been a very, very hard journey, and we should give kudos to Mr. Mahapatra and his team that what they are doing now. And this time, when cyclone happened in Odisha, most of us were doing more also it happened. So not a single casualty. It happened in 1999 where more than 1 lakh people died. And this time, not a single casualty, not even a casualty of cattle. So see the level of predictions, level of preciseness which is happening. I think this is massive, and we'll be very keen. I mean, from the point of view of Punjab, we are one of the largest agrarian state in the country. We are the food bowl of the country, and when we say that, we really want that precise agriculture or precision-based agriculture should come out, and this is one of the most important ingredient of agriculture, the meteorological data or maybe the weather data forecasting. And unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe we are not well prepared for the farmer. I mean, like, let's say, even though the data is coming to them, whether it is useful or not, most of us, we stay in Chandigarh. I mean, I am not a weatherman, and like in front of person like Mr. Mahapatra and Surendra ji and you all, we are like just layman. I mean, but I always feel that the entire rain patterns have changed to a large extent. What was there in my childhood and what is now. I still remember, like, if you stay in Chandigarh, there will be rain in one sector and there will be no rain in other sector. So this is becoming too localized. So having prediction of data, let's say by one machine for, let's say, one district is not going to help us. So we really want to go decentralized level of data predictions. I was, while before coming here, we were discussing with Mr. Surendra ji and Mahapatra ji also, we are very keen that we want a decentralized weather station machines to come up in Punjab. Punjab farmers, I mean, like, to give you a larger kind of a picture, we have approximately 1 crore acre of land, and we produce a lot of agriculture produces. So when we talk about 1 crore acre of land and to give the data to the farmers, I mean, we have more than 60 lakh farmers. So to have the data predictions and give an exact data to the farmer, it's going to be a Herculean task, and we really want to do that primarily because weather predictions will certainly, as Mr. Mahapatra said, that they have conducted a study and it has shown that the people who are using weather data has additional advantage of 12,500 rupees per acre revenue. So this is very, very, very mesmerizing, very interesting. Having said that, fortunately or unfortunately, farmers are not getting that data available on the phone. There are so many bottlenecks. One is that availability of digital infrastructure with the farmer, individual digital infrastructure, we can say. Common digital infrastructure. We are, as a government, we are emulating the process where there can be some private weather prediction centers also, I mean, with the help of PPP model, where the good qualities machines can be implemented with taking input from IMD, but let the unemployed youth of the village should put that, and the data can be purchased from him. Ultimately, this should become a financial model where the data can be purchased from him. We can fund him, we can give him loan under a program called Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, which is 1 lakh crore rupees fund put up by Govt of India, which is a subsidized kind of loan available to the unemployed youth in the village. Not only the data, I think the entire IoT system requires to be implemented. We in soil conservation also, one of my officers was sitting here, so we are thinking of kind of dovetailing entire data, weather data, water requirement data, soil health card data, and the entire data algorithm should be together, and that should give us the entire prediction where I require water, when I require water, which kind of crop I should grow. It is kind of every 6 months we are doing a new business and we want entire input. Agriculture is that, it's a risky business. So we require all around support, and IMD's role will be very, very important in this. As I said, the data purchase, if it comes in the picture, and what Balaji was telling me that they are in process, so if that happens, we want to be first state in the country if we can do that entire village level mapping of data. And as I said, not only this data, we would really like that why can't a farmer get a sensor based data, his soil sensor, his humidity sensor, his entire details, we can do it. We have a legacy of 150 years with IMD. We as a government, we have a legacy of more than 150 years of revenue data. Gildawaris we do crop predictions, we do crop verifications also. Those data are with us. We are doing one of the best procurements in the country. So why can't the AI model can be proposed where this data can be proposed, data can be put up and data mining can be done, and then prediction of which crops are useful, when it should be done, best harvesting seasons. There are things which are changing drastically, and farmers are the people who are taking those risks and doing it. For example, Punjab, we are now facing a serious issue of spring maize. Spring maize is one of the major problems which is coming to us, and Kharif maize, we want it should happen. Punjab's main crop used to be makke ka roti, sarson ka saag. Makka used to be Kharif crop, but Kharif it got vanished and it is coming in spring, which is a great water guzzler crop. So we want to avoid that. But what are the other options we are providing to farmer? Because it's a business, he would like to do business. So it should be a judicious mix of both the things: climatic control, maybe ecological reduction on ecological loss, and farmers' financial growth. All aspects should be kept in mind, and these data will be really helpful in future. I really want one interesting fact I want to mention it to you. I mean, like when I was going through the agenda points of thing, we are quite an elite crowd here, so I really want that this entire discussion, churning should come out with various new things. For example, when I was looking after metro in Haryana, we thought that why can't we introduce a product where you buy passes from me and my job is to take you to the office in time. So IMD can help us in developing an insurance product where I can say मेरे को 9:30 बजे ऑफिस पहुंचना है and I'm buying your pass and I'm giving that product to you. If I don't go, either my leave should be encashed by the insurance company, or maybe there can be so many products which will come in future. So why I should take myself to that level that this data monetization should happen. I was just talking to Surendraji that one of the major problems all of us are facing now, and who had thought that Chandigarh will become 4th most polluted city during this parali burning or so-called this, to be very frank, farmers are not solely responsible for that. It's all industry, transport and everything which is adding to our pollution levels. So what about pollution? If I say that if IMD gives us data, historical data is available, the data churning goes to that level, AI predictions come to that level, or weather predictions, pollution monitoring predictions can come to that level, where I can say that if I am an asthmatic patient and if I have to buy property in Chandigarh, I will buy a product where I say that my health risk goes up, I should be paid for that. I don't know what kind of products can be developed in future. IMD and we all as a government and maybe a bright mind like you can think of using this data for more practical purpose. As on day, it is like a supply driven kind of a thing what we are doing. It should be demand driven, it should be a market driven kind of a thing, and that will be very, very sustainable. And then we can go to a very, very precise level kind of a predictions. So with this, I would like to thank Surendraji and Mahapatraji for giving me an opportunity to talk to you all. And this is really, really interesting session. Unfortunately, I'll take you, but I have requested Surendraji that we will sit separately, maybe in a week time, for identifying these couple of future goals where we can do it in Punjab. And I'm thankful to Mahapatraji. We'll seek your guidance and support in planning our program for Punjab. Thank you all for listening me carefully and patiently. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for appreciating the work of India Meteorological Department and for sharing your inspiring words and future initiatives and suggestions. We would now like to request Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatraji to present a memento to our guest of honor, Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi, sir. Secretary, Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, NIT Chandigarh Administration. He is truly a role model for the current generation as he, with his perseverance and dedication, cracked Civil Services Examination 2017 at a very young age. He joined Chandigarh Administration in September 2023. Now I would like to request sir to grace us with his address.
Thank you. The most respected seniors who have shared their vision earlier, Anurag sir, Ajit Balaji sir, and Mrityunjay ji, and the special guests who are present here. Good morning to all. As rightly mentioned by Ajit sir, my first maybe interaction with IMD was during my school days. We all were waiting especially during the monsoon. I belong to Kerala and we have very heavy monsoon there. So during the monsoon, we were eagerly waiting for the district collector to declare holidays due to heavy rain forecast from IMD. So that I am sure every school kid has done the same thing. We, especially during the monsoon time in south or the maybe extreme cold and summer in the north. So IMD was the one agency we all were looking up to during our school days, especially for skipping the schools. Then later, when I joined in civil services, my first posting was in Andaman Nicobar Islands, and IMD is a very major stakeholder in Andaman Nicobars. It's an earthquake-prone area, and especially during the monsoons, we used to get cyclones regularly. So it's not only about the casualties during the cyclones, but whenever a cyclone happens, maybe people in north or people in Chandigarh, it's difficult to imagine the situation because they are, I'm sure you might not have been experienced a cyclone. It's not possible in a landlocked area. So it's not only about the casualties, even getting essential groceries, essential items, sabjis, grocery, even milk, these kind of medicine, medical facilities, getting all these kind of facilities become a difficulty when a cyclone happens. So we used to interact regularly with IMD. I was Assistant Commissioner relief and disaster management also. When I was DC, I was posted in Nicobar district. It is the southernmost district in India. You might have heard of Indira Point. The southernmost tip of India is in the Nicobar group of islands. So Nicobar is a group of islands basically. So even when you have to travel within the district, you have to take maybe boat, you have to take helicopter, you have to take by road. It is not possible. These are small group of islands. So you have to take a ferry, you have to take local mode of transportation used by the islanders. And when a cyclone hits, when the rain hits the islands, it's very difficult even to move within the district. You have to meet your family members staying in the nearby island. It is not possible. So IMD used to be our savior to manage all these things carefully while managing the district. Then even in Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh belt, IMD is a major stakeholder. Rightly pointed by Anurag sir, Ajit sir, how it influences the agriculture and life of people, farmers, all these sections of society. But even in urban area like Chandigarh, IMD is very much valid. Like these days we face cold waves, these days we face heat waves, then very decentralized kind of rainfall, even the kind of pollution that we are facing these days. Chandigarh never used to face this kind of air pollution. So these kind of predictions have become much more important these days. I'm sure IMD is doing the wonderful task, and IMD has successfully completed 150 years. I wish to express all my wishes to IMD for completing 150 years, and I'm sure IMD will do much better things, much better innovations in the coming days, and especially for the stakeholder meeting. All the wishes, and I'm sure this meeting will be successful. Meeting will be, you all will be getting something new to learn from this meeting, stakeholder meetings. Even I wish to attend this meeting, but there are some official engagements today, so I have to take leave. But I'm sure we will have some separate meetings which can benefit the agriculture areas within Chandigarh and the other urban matters in which IMD can facilitate Chandigarh. Maybe we can discuss after this. I will give you time. Okay. So,
यही था कि चंडीगढ़ दिल्ली से आगे चला गया, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ, तो ऐसा क्यों? आप और आप क्या एक्शन लेते हैं?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
AQI में चंडीगढ़ दिल्ली से भी ऊपर चला गया, तो आप क्या एक्शन ले रहे हैं?
Obviously, the concerned departments will be taking care of that. Municipal corporation will be the main stakeholder here. You can, during the interaction, you can discuss that. And if there are some successful suggestions from your side, you all are the much technically better people than me. So if there are some good technical solutions, if you can suggest, we'll definitely try to implement that from our side. I'm sure agriculture department is directly not concerned with that, but I'm sure the concerned departments will be taking care of that in a much better manner. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for, I don't have many more experiences to share unlike my other seniors and Mahapatraji, but from my limited interactions, I have shared my experiences also. Thank you for bearing me, thank you for patiently listening to me, and thank you for inviting me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for inspiring us with your vision. Now, I would request Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, sir, to present a memento to our guest of honor, Shri Hari Kallikkat ji. Shri Surendra Paul, Head MC Chandigarh, to kindly present a memento to Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, DGM IMD. We now present a memento to Dr. S.D. Kotal, Head RMC Delhi, IMD. Thank you very much, sir. Now we are delighted to invite Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, sir, and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the posters on cold wave and foam. सभी अतिथिगण का आभार व्यक्त करने के लिए श्री शिविंदर सिंह वैज्ञानिक डी मौसम केंद्र चंडीगढ़ को मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी।
Respected guests on the dais, distinguished dignitaries, and dear colleagues, it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Organizing Committee of Meteorological Center Chandigarh, India, Meteorological Department. First and foremost, we express our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest who actually has left now, Shri Anurag for his gracious presence. His insightful words have truly inspired us and added immense value to this inaugural session. We are deeply grateful to his time and for sharing his experience and vision with us. I am thankful to our guest of honor, Shri Ajit Balaji Joshi ji and Shri Kallikkat ji for their invaluable time. Their words have set a strong foundation for the conference. We are extremely grateful to our esteemed Director General Sir for your continuous guidance support in bringing this event to the fruitfulness. Your leadership and dedication are truly commendable, and without your encouragement, today's conference would not have been possible. A special thanks goes to our Head Regional Meteorological Center, S.D. Kotal Sir, and our Head Meteorological Center, Chandigarh, Shri Surendra Paul ji. Your presence has been a source of motivation and honor for all us. We are very grateful for your time and effort you extended to make this conference possible. I extend my thanks to all the participants and delegates for joining us today. We hope this conference will be a valuable platform for learning, sharing and growth. With this, I once again thank each one of you for gracing this with your presence, and I wish everyone a fruitful and inspiring conference. Thank you.
अब हम करते हैं, कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं।
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Ladies and gentlemen, we would now invite you all for a short tea break and refreshments, and we would request everyone to kindly be seated back by 15 minutes as Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra ji will brief the press on key conference outcomes and future initiatives. Thank you.